The topic of possession is controversial at best, particularly when it involves possessions. Add the contentious duo, the Warrens, to the mix, and you have a hotly debated subject that continues to rage on. In this instance, it's the story of Annabelle. With so many of the Warrens' cases being called into question, it comes as no surprise that the case of Annabelle is one for the skeptics. Let's take a deeper look at this curious case and, whether true or not, spawned a successful franchise. Are you ready to meet the real Annabelle doll? Is Annabelle the doll real? If you've ever seen the movie Annabelle, you know that this creepy doll is no ordinary toy. But did you know that the real Annabelle doll is even more terrifying than what Hollywood shows? What started as a simple gift to a nursing student quickly spiraled into a nightmare of poltergeist activity and frightening encounters. This doll was soon found to be possessed by the spirit of a little girl, but things didn't stop there. With strange and dangerous occurrences surrounding her, Annabelle became too dangerous to keep around. It was said that the doll's malevolent energy could wreak havoc, leading to lock her away in their infamous museum, where she still resides today. But is Annabelle truly the malevolent entity she's believed to be? Keep watching to uncover the chilling true story behind the real Annabelle doll and the terrifying experiences that surround her. Annabelle's story begins in 1971. The legend starts off with a 28-year-old nurse in Hartford. Court, the nurse, whose name remains mysterious, obtained a 3-foot Raggedy Ann doll for Christmas from her mother. A couple of nights after receiving the gift, Annabelle's owner and her roommate noticed some weird occurrences in the general area of the doll. They concluded it was their vivid imagination playing tricks on them. The two roommates began to play ghoulish games with the doll, leaving it about the house in different poses as a terror-inducing gag. It became a tradition. Who could pull off the best scare before the start of the shift? The novelty soon wore off, but it appeared Annabelle wasn't finished. Soon, the Raggedy Ann doll began appearing in places on its own, as well as moving its arms at will, or so the roommate said. Annabelle is unleashed. The nurse, frightened and believing that she was the prey of otherworldly and demonic forces, flew to a renowned medium. The medium proclaimed that the doll was haunted by the spirit of a little girl named Annabelle. To confirm her findings, the psychic held an occult ritual that closely resembled a seance. They checked for spirits and verified the medium's initial findings. Annabella was a 5-year-old kid who had once been struck and killed by a car right outside the nurse's apartment. The nurse was told that the doll was possessed, but not by anything violent in nature. Following this explanation, she took Annabelle back home and started treating it like an actual living child. She bought it toys, clothes, jewelry, and candy. A nurse and Annabella became inseparable, but the loving nature of their relationship wouldn't last. The nurses began hearing knocking sounds in their house late at night, something worming its way into the walls. They saw flashing lights, red, yellow, and orange, glint off the ceiling in their bedroom. Their beds would shake, rattle, and roll at midnight. The room's temperature would mysteriously drop. The doll, every so often, would emit a low growl. Getting rid of Annabelle, fed up with the poltergeist activity, one of the nurse's boyfriends demanded that they burn the doll. Annabelle, however, was having none of it. One afternoon, before the planned burning of the doll, the boyfriend awoke from a nap in pure terror, clutching his neck. The boyfriend claimed to have had a dream that the doll was choking him. When he moved his hands from his neck, it was lined with marks, scratches, and deep red whelps. The poltergeist activity ramped up instantly. Pictures and frames exploded off the wall, chairs rolled across the room. The lights flicker on and off. Worse still, the boyfriend was brutally attacked. Terrified, the women called the High Episcopal Church in Hartford, which connected them with renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, the Warrens. Upon their investigation, the Warrens concluded that Annabelle was, in fact, a demon preying on the young women's sympathy. They also surmised that the seance conducted by the medium had released the demon. As they continued to dot on the doll, the demon became more powerful, as recognizing it allowed for it to inhabit and possess their home. The house had become infested. What the Warrens label a home that has been claimed by an earthbound spirit or a demonic being, and the doorway was the Raggedy Ann doll. After Annabelle became responsible for her death, Warrens decided it was best to lock her up, as the creature inside was too strong to be exorcised. Annabelle is now captured behind wards and sigils at the New England Paranormal Research Center. The center is a cabinet of curiosity containing all manner of diabolic and enchanted items. Items that the Warrens claim prove the existence of the paranormal and items too dangerous to mess about with. Annabelle is locked to this day in a thick, plexiglass enclosure. Incidents since Hartford with students of the occult and researchers still attest to Annabelle's strength and desire to wreak havoc. What are your thoughts on this video? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to our channel for more true scary stories, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.